Okay, so beginning our day, and I think one of the things that's really important to be paying attention to is always, how do I make my practice kind of practical, relevant, rather than getting too caught up in sort of the ideals of what I should be achieving, attaining, becoming. What are all of the nuances of Buddhist philosophy and metaphysics, and I mean these are all very interesting and fascinating, but to me, what is important, and what the Buddha himself kept saying, I teach only two things: suffering and the ending of suffering. So what is it that facilitates that clarity that allows us to experience an ending of suffering? And of course, that cultivation of mindfulness and awareness. That is not just a kind of a spacey kind of global awareness of the oneness of everything, but paying attention. What is it? What's my experience? And what's the mind? What's the habit of mind? And just keeping things. Very fundamental. It's like the Buddha's very first teaching on the middle way, that the mind goes to two extremes: kama sukhalatthana yoga, atthakila matthana yoga. Going to sensuality, going to kind of a self deprivation, self-denial, so that really seeing this, how this mind goes to these, the bifurcated world that we tend to experience. It's just the way that we divide things up. It's the way consciousness, just what we translate as consciousness is in the Pali, vijnana. And jnana is knowledge, and vi is to divide. So that vijnana, this divided consciousness, divided knowing, we divide things up into liking and disliking, good and bad, happiness, unhappiness, pleasure, pain. And we keep going for one or the other. And of course, there actually is an endless amount of choice that we can make when we just divide things into two. I mean, it's like all computers are only zeros and ones, and what can you do with a computer? I mean, it is endless. So that to be recognizing that the mind, and the Buddha gives the image, I think, really important image of the snake, sort of the head of the snake. Bad news. It's got a poisonous fangs and bite you. But you think, well, the tail's not so bad. Nothing there. But then, of course, the head whips around and bites you just the same. So whether we see the difficulty in pain, but we go to pleasure. We see the complication of unhappiness, but we're constantly seeking out happiness. So that recognizing that there's this whole realm is fraught with suffering. And in the Buddha is very clear that there is only suffering arising and suffering ceasing. Suffering in the sense of dukkha, which is truly unsatisfactory. So then the solution that the Buddha gave, and it's just the solution that Lupa Cha emphasized over and over again, is it comes back to this fundamental seeing and knowing clearly. It's just like Ajahn Chah says, this is very simple. Just know and let go. Just these two things to do. So that knowing your experience, you can know happiness, unhappiness, you can know pleasure, pain, you can know the good and the bad, you can know what you like and you dislike, but you constantly let it go, paying attention to that process of relinquishing and putting down and letting go, not picking, and ideally just not picking stuff up. So it's a good, except for when you're on trash duty, so pick that up but put it down again. Okay.